Morgan's being mean to me today.
I am absolutely not. Welcome back, everybody. Now, for those who come back and listen every week. Oh, by the way, this is EITR, Elephant in the Room. Welcome, everybody. So in our last episode, for those who are returning listeners, we said that we're filming back-to-back episodes, one Thursday night and then one that next Friday.
That didn't happen.
Like 24 hours apart. You know what? It's the next Tuesday. It's been like 9 days since then.
No, it hasn't, because it's only been eight days since we posted the last episode. We're not doing that bad.
I'm saying since we filmed.
Oh, well, that might be that bad, but episode wise we're doing fine, so they wouldn't know that. So don't give away our secret.
No, they wouldn't know that, but for anyone who is really hoping for that back-to-back content for all those updates we promised that I honestly don't even remember. Sorry. Anyway, this episode, actually, we do have planned topics. However, there is not a single note that has been taken to guide our conversation here, nor are there supplementals. So with that being said, this is going to be one hell of an episode.
It's also 10:20 for me, 11:20 for Morgan. I have sparkling grape juice and donuts.
Oh, that looks good.
It's fantastic. That's what a Target trip will do for you.
I have a cat. Yeah, I actually love her a lot. I just ate food with chopsticks, and I love showing off my chopstick capabilities. So that's also good. I think a very important update is my lips. As the podcast knows, I am on Accutane. I am on month 3 of Accutane, and my lips are drier than the Sahara Desert. And most recently, like 10 days ago, actually not 10 days ago, probably like right after we recorded that last episode, my bottom lip cracked, like all the way down from like top of my bottom lip all the way down to the bottom, like not even in the center, just like cracked because my lips are so dry, and it has not fully healed yet, and it has been well over a week. Anyway, now that I got that off my chest, it was the elephant in the room tonight. Corinne, would you like to start?
Will you do your highs and lows while I'm finishing this?
Okay, I'll have to think about that. Highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows. You know what? I will just do a mini story time. I guess, okay. I'm sure I'll think of highs and lows while doing this. But anyway, so one of my friends, my dear friend, I love her so much. She has options, and I'm a little bit conflicted on what to tell her when she's asking for advice. You see, this friend of mine, she has gotten into colleges. She has the option to go to college. She also has Florida prepaid, similar to me. So this college is paid for, and her housing is paid for the first 2 years. I'm not getting into details. You don't need to know them. It's kind of not that important. Anyway,
is this the friend that we talked about last night?
It is that friend.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, that story won't be posted on the podcast. Anyway, well, I talk to this friend every day, and randomly, not that randomly, but she came up to me one day during passing period at school, because let me remind everybody that I am still a senior in high school. She came up to me after her ROTC class and was like, what if I joined the Marine Corps Reserves? Now, me being so not in any way connected to military anything, I don't really know much of what that means. So I'm like, she comes up to me, she's like, wouldn't it be so funny if I joined the Marine Corps, like, reserves? I'm like, I'm glad you're laughing. Yeah, that'd be so funny. No. That would not be funny. Anyway, I realized that was the wrong response because she really was considering it. Yeah. Did I tell you any of this?
A little bit.
Okay. Anywho, well then, because a recruiter had come, and that's why she was thinking about this. And then she went to that recruiter's office and like literally like the next day. And they were talking, and then the recruiter was like, "You know what? I think that active duty might be a better fit for you." And she was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same thing." Now, previously, she was like, "I don't like when I have a family, I don't want them to be like moving around all the time." Because like she and actually I'm not sharing this. Anyway, she doesn't want to move her family around for many reasons. Like she like laid out what she knows that she wants for her family, and being in active duty Marine Corps would offset that a bit. And so I was like surprised by that. And like the more she considered this, the more I'm like, I don't actually know what to do. Like I haven't actually known her for very long. Like we are close, but like I'm not on the same wavelength with her right now. Like I don't know. Um and so then she went to a actually I don't even know what it's called, but she went to a thing actually today. Wait, why am I telling the story? What was the point? What was the point?
Knowing how to give your friends advice.
Thank you. I actually do need this part of the story. I thought I was telling too much. I'm not. Well, maybe I am, but I'm getting it to the point.
That is kind of our specialty, is oversharing.
Yeah, but I feel bad because this isn't my story. It's just like my portion of it, and but I have to tell most of hers. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, um, anyway, she went to a thing today and tomorrow. It's a 2-day thing where I don't really understand what they're doing, but by the end of it, she is signing, um, committing herself to no, just like telling them that she's planning on going to boot camp. And boot camp starts in June, and lasts 3 months, and then after boot camp, she would sign a 4-year contract and be an active duty member, or how I don't know the terminology. Anyway, she would be in the Marine Corps. And she was so excited, like a lot of her family wasn't, but like I have always been with all of my friends, like even if there's not disparities. That might be the correct word, but I don't know. Even if there's like differences in interest, I always try to be supportive of other people because I know I personally have been I'm a little sensitive, but I've personally been hurt when I have a passion or strong liking for something and it's just completely ignored and like not like it's just overlooked when I'm trying to share that with somebody. And so like whenever people like tell me stuff, I'm like I remember like I'm always like very supportive, or I'm always like I keep that in mind. Anyway, so she was telling me, I'm like, and especially because her family is not a big fan of this idea. And there are many reasons that she thought that this was a good plan and a good idea for her. So I'm like, okay, I'm hearing you, I'm listening to you. It does make sense for your situation. If you think that that is the best plan for you, by all means do it. Like I'm here. Like like if your family can't be there for you, I will most certainly be there for you. And so she went, she was excited, and then she called me. No, actually, she texted me very stressed out about if she was making the wrong decision, like, because beforehand she's like, I do want to get an education, like that is something I want to do. But like that can happen at any time. Like I can do it through the Marines, and they pay for it and all that stuff. And I don't know how it all works, but she was planning on getting an education even if she did join the Marines and all this stuff. Um, but then because she doesn't really feel the need to have the college experience like most people our age do. So that wasn't a concern either. And she calls me and she's like, I don't know if I'm making a mistake. Like, I need you to tell me the worst case scenario and the best case scenario, and I need them displayed in front of me so I can really like encapsulate what I'm doing. And so I tried. I tried my hardest. I gave her the 2, and then she's like, I don't know if I can do it anymore. Like I don't know if I want to leave for 4 years. I won't see anybody for 4 years. Um which I mean is a little dramatic. Like you get to come home sometimes, but not you're gone for 4 years. Um and she's like, if I want to go to college, like I can still do that, but I'll be 4 years behind everybody. And I'm like, that's true. Yeah. No, that will happen if that's what you wanted. If you want to go to a 4-year university instead of doing it through the Marines, and that is what's going to happen. Anyway, she's not as excited anymore, which I am very, I don't know how to feel. Because personally, I think that the Marine Corps was in her best interest when she really wanted to do it. Like, when she was talking to me about it, like, I was I'm not upset, but I knew I was gonna miss her a lot, and I knew that saying anything about that would make me extremely selfish, so I didn't. Um, so, like, for me personally, I knew that I wanted her to stay and not do the Marine Corps, but I was thinking that that was what was best for her and what would make her feel most at home, and um just what she needed. But now that she is reconsidering it and doesn't know and all this stuff, I don't know. I don't know what to do, because I don't want to be the person like talking her off the ledge, like, no, don't do it, you're gonna hate it, all this stuff. Even though I know that's how I feel. When I no longer know what would be best for her or what I think she needs, because I don't she doesn't know what she needs anymore. So anyway, um I guess that's not a high or a low. It's just a situation right now. But anyway, have you thought of highs and lows since I've been telling this story?
Yeah. Was that a high or a low?
It was a situation. I can think of a quick high and low after you do your highs and lows.
Okay, I can do highs and lows.
Do you want to do socks first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had this really cute pink glittery sock, although the glitter's not really coming across on camera. It's Adidas.
Adidas?
Yep, not to flex or anything, but I'm flexing.
Mine. Actually, I think mine's a bigger flex. Quite literally. Mine is actually not a sock. It is the sleeve of a sweater. Anyway. So if it's a little bit quieter, sorry, but now you know why.
It's not at all.
Good. Anyway. You didn't do highs or lows yet.
Yeah, so I got a concussion last week.
Oh, no, tell them how. This is like the funniest thing I've ever been told, and it was hard to feel sympathetic because I was like laughing my ass off. She told me so bluntly, I'm like, why is it such a normal thing for you? Like, that is so funny. Tell them, Rinn.
So, so it's a
Want to reenact it?
I'm not reenacting.
No, it's a danger zone over there. God.
It's a Tuesday night now. I got my concussion on Wednesday morning of last week, so almost a week ago. I was getting ready for work early in the morning, as one does. And I tripped over.
No. That's girl.
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at the fact that you're laughing at this hard. Your face is red.
It's so stupid. I was getting ready for work and I tripped over a box on the floor of my room and fell and hit my head on the tile floor in front of my kitchen.
Yeah, she texts me, she goes, well, you see, I was walking across my room and tripped over a box and hit the ground so hard and got a concussion.
The really funny
just
thing
as
is,
one does, walking across the room. Why?
The really funny thing is, I woke my roommate up because of it. She was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, my backpack took most of it," which was such a lie. But I didn't know that it was like I didn't know it was a concussion until like 3 or 4 hours later when I couldn't speak in a coherent sentence. I was like, that's not good.
Awesome. Yeah, my first response was, oh wait, what was it? It was,
I'll pull it up. We haven't texted that often since this happened.
no, we have not. Oh my, oh my gosh. I think it's I genuinely hope you feel better, but that's the funniest shit I've ever heard.
I said not to flex, but your beautiful, gorgeous cousin has a concussion. She said, oh, do tell. I said, I tripped over a box in my room this morning. Separate text. Hit my head on the floor. Separate text. And over the course of the day at the CBC, developed symptoms that have made it very obvious I have a concussion. She said, I genuinely hope you're okay, but that's the funniest shit ever.
It is. That's so funny to me. God.
It's not good for me.
No, she's still suffering. Gosh. No, it is a bad concussion.
It's not
You
good.
should not be on your laptop right now.
I just have a headache. Like I'm fine now, but it was like not good.
We're gonna get all the WebMD doctors over here.
Please let me know. In other news of Morgan and I's text conversations, we also had a really fun conversation about our 3-month break from a relationship.
No, that was not fun. No, that was literally today. She texted me while I'm in class. I don't even remember about what. And then like we had finished the conversation. She goes, "Hey, remember when we weren't friends for 4 months?" And I go, "Yeah, but it was 2." It was. She was being dramatic, but it did feel like an eon. God, that was so bad. And then I called her. So she called me after class, and I'm like, "What the hell? Like, why bring it up? Why?" That was like the worst 2 months ever. It made me so awful.
I thought we were in the joking zone about that situation, but
it's funny, but you don't need to bring it up.
I think it's funny. You know, it's bad when our parents got involved.
Oh, it made it so much worse. My dad every day was like, "Why aren't you talking to Corinne?" And I literally didn't have an answer. I was like, because I'm an awful person. That's why. God.
Because you're an idiot.
Because I'm stupid. It was literally. Did we tell them the issue? Yeah, let's do a nice recap because I am willing to tell the story.
Let me also preface that this break from each other also resulted in a 6-month break from the podcast.
Yeah, it did. So that break between season 1 and season 2 was not intentional. Also, the first episode of season 2, we still weren't like good. Like we were good, but we hadn't discussed yet.
No, we waited a while before discussing. Do you remember how we started becoming friends again?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember.
I'll tell. Okay. So, Corinne, do you want to share the organization or do we care?
Oh yeah. So I'll tell why I was mad at you to begin with.
No, because you're gonna be a little aggressive and it'll make me feel bad again. I don't want to feel bad anymore. I do feel bad. I don't need it right now.
So we know the organization. This is FCCLA, what I was state president of my entire life for 6 years. An awful place. Awful. We even talked about that at length. We haven't talked about that at length. Awful. Horrible. Knew that at the time. Couldn't get out. But regardless.
You really want to, though. You were in the in-between of you wanted to be there, but you wanted the organization to be what you had hoped it was going to be, and it wasn't.
Anyways, This is not the FCCLA podcast that's coming sometime this summer.
Oh, is it?
Oh, with guests.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I heard so much about FCCLA. I was never a member, everybody. But I knew more than at least 90% of that club. And man, Yeah, I'm willing and ready to have guests on and hear even more about it because it's been a bit.
Okay, so you tell your side of the story, and then I'll tell the details that made this situation even worse.
Okay, I will. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Okay, so 2 years ago, Corinne was a junior. I was a sophomore. Corinne was the interim. No, no, no. She was the president elect, which means she'd be president the next year. So at this big giant convention, she was going to be speaking or something of the sort. I don't remember. I didn't make it to that meeting because I was literally taking a nap because I am an idiot. I don't know that she felt. I don't know. You can tell your part later. I don't know if she felt that bad, but I did. I did not mean to miss it. I knew that she invited me. Anyway, next year she's president. She does big speech. I'm supposed to be there. She made it clear that she wanted me there. I wanted to be there. I was planning to be there. Surprise, I wasn't there. I wasn't there because oh my god, I'm stupid. Okay, this was I think maybe spring break. Yeah. And I thought that this whole convention thing was the first weekend of spring break. Now, that weekend at the time of the meeting, I was in the car on my way to somewhere that was far away and could not get on the meeting. And I actually hadn't even thought about it until it was like mid-meeting time and I checked and I couldn't upload like my email to like click the link. And so then after, Corinne never texted me. So I was like, okay, this wasn't a big deal that I wasn't there. Good, great. Like, we're fine. Like, we had conversations after without mentioning it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm like, it's not a big deal. It just sucks that I wasn't there. Great. Well, the meeting actually wasn't that weekend. It was the second weekend. So at like 9:50 at night or whenever it was, there was like only so much of the meeting left. Like, I get a text from her mother. Her mother is never like never direct with me. Like there's no disciplining Morgan from her mother because it's never happened. And she's like, I don't remember what she said, but she was like, "Why aren't you at the meeting?" Like something like clearly if her mother was involved, Corinne was very upset because Corinne hadn't said anything. And one of our one of her closest friends that I became close with also texted me, I think right before that and was like, why aren't you here? Like, and so I'm freaking out because like I don't know what to do. Like she's literally not on anymore. Um, Clearly I did a very bad thing without even meaning to. And so I quite literally didn't know what to do. I didn't get on the end of the meeting. Oh no, you know what? The text was sent at the end of the meeting, but I didn't get it because my phone was dead, so I got it, like, an hour later. So it was, like yeah. So it was the meeting had, like, just ended. And, so then naturally, I didn't do anything, and I avoided her because I didn't know how to say sorry because there was nothing I could do to fix it. And I didn't know because I knew she felt big emotions and was very mad, and so then I didn't look at her Instagram, I didn't look at her stories on Instagram, I didn't text her, I didn't do anything. I never read her mom's text, I had just, like, seen the notification of it, so I knew what it said. I never opened that text, I never opened the friend's text, I didn't do anything. I am so bad. And I was like, "I'm gonna open it tomorrow, I need to sleep, this is really stressing me out." And then that happened at least, like, 130 times because I never opened any of those, and then, um my then because we talk every day and then we talk to our parents about how we talk every day, and so they like kind of picked up on we really weren't friends anymore. And then my dad kept going, why aren't you friends with Corinne? Like or like, why aren't you talking to Corinne? Like, oh, are you on with Corinne? No, why aren't you talking to Corinne? And I'm like, I didn't know what to tell him because I'm just an awful person who missed a meeting I was supposed to be at. Oh, and what was worse is in the text that her mom sent me, she's like, Corinne had a whole part of her speech for you and you're not even here. And I'm like, stop. Like, anyway.
Okay.
No. And then we ended up
Sorry.
so now it's like end of the school year-ish. Like we're not at summer yet. It's like a month before school ends or something like that. And we always the four of us, me, my sister, and then Corinne and her brother play Roblox sometimes. And like we all get on FaceTime and then we're playing the same game anyway. And so they had been playing, like my sister and her brother had been playing, and then they got Corinne to start playing with them again. And then they got me to start playing. So then we were all four playing again. So then I had contact with Corinne for the first time in like a month. And then we had done that a few times. And then Corinne out of nowhere was like, hey, we should start do you want to like do an episode like about this specific topic because of the situation that she hadn't told me all the details, but I was very intrigued. And I was like,
What
yes.
situation?
It was about the cult, I think.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was like, hell yeah, I of course want to talk about that. That is everything, because I loved hating on the cult. Like it was a sucky situation for Corinne, but I felt like the most badass person when I knew the solutions to these things, mostly just because the other people were immature. And then Corinne would enact these plans, and it was just so successful. Anyway, so then we did the first episode, and right after we recorded it, because I think we were on. I actually remember I recorded that episode from the doorway of my closet, and then we stayed on FaceTime together after and talked about why that happened.
Yeah, because you cried.
I did cry
a lot.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I know. You can give the details now.
So the way Morgan tells the story is accurate, but the way it's portrayed makes it sound very immature, which in the scheme of things,
it wasn't mature. What do you mean?
But not necessarily on your part, but of a meeting let us separate for 2 months.
Oh.
Prefacing multiple things. Number one, Morgan and I have never dealt with problems like that.
No, we've never had any.
No.
Number
two, prior to that 2-month break, Morgan and I had a string of like micro issues of like things
that was
each of
that
us
was miscommunication. I remember one part of it. I don't remember all of
it was just a lot of like string of little things that I remember having chalked up to, we're busy living different lives. Why are you going to cut me off?
Yeah, we've never had that issue. The Zoom says that we have 10 minutes left.
I haven't even gotten past my highs and lows.
I know. I'm aware. Wait, I haven't done that either. We haven't even started the episode yet. What the heck?
It's because I'm on my personal account and you added a third person to this meeting when you signed in from your phone.
There's no longer a third person. Is it actually going to kick us off though?
Yes.
Like what are we supposed to do about that?
Well, if it kicks us off, then I'll just have to have a really fun time editing.
Oh yes, guys.
Okay, so
when this episode comes up 4 weeks after the one before it, this is why. This is actually why.
So in combination with that, then the actual situation being, for those of you who knew the podcast during FCCLA time, FCCLA sucked everything out of me. Like everything out of me, and was by far the most frustrating year of my life in so many ways that I truly cannot wait for the FCCLA episode to come out. But that conference was moved virtually, which was one of the most heartbreaking decisions the organization came to. And it was a very difficult week at the conference for me. And Morgan knew all of this because she was the one who emotionally helped me this entire time. And typically for this was my farewell speech that I gave to a group of over 1,000 people that came to the conference. And it was kind of like my farewell to everyone for putting up with me for a year essentially. And everyone I knew came, all of my closest friends, even not in the organization, because it was on Zoom, so I had no limit of people that I could invite. My mom drove up to the event to see me give the speech in person. All of my officers cried, which is a huge feat if you know any of them. My closest friends were all there, and most importantly, Morgan was there because I talked about her in my speech, because I thanked her for helping me get through the year. And then she didn't come for the second year in a row. which I now find very funny. But at the end of an awful week, when I really just wanted my ending to go how I wanted, was a big slap in the face. What was more, it wasn't so much that I was mad at her. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but it was more like I was never faced with having to deal with that emotion because she never texted me. So I never dealt with the emotion. I just held on to the anger because I never had to talk about it. Because I didn't tell my mom until she noticed she's not talking to Morgan anymore. So like I never told anyone besides Ashlyn that I was done. That like I like was mad at Morgan. So I just didn't. I just held on to the anger because Morgan never texted me to talk about it.
I didn't know how to say I'm sorry.
So anyways, if you're wondering the full story as to why we took a 2-month break from ourselves and a 6-month break from the podcast, that's why.
And what's worse is because that was right around college app season for you. And
oh yeah,
I was out. And I remember like a lot of time because we would only FaceTime at night because that is when our schedules align. Because Rinn, like as busy as she is now, she was 3 times busier when she was in high school.
This is correct.
Yeah, it was crazy. I actually don't. It makes my mind spin just thinking about it. But so I would FaceTime her at night, and she would be like doing assignments and then doing college apps, and so like we wouldn't be talking, and she looked super stressed. So I was like, I felt like I was distracting her. So they would always be like 2-minute calls, and then we would be done because I was like, or she would be like, okay, I have to go, or I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna let you go, like, and it had been like that for like at least a few days, if not like more than a week, and so we like hadn't been talking consistently like leading up to that as well. Oh, it was so bad.
It was
so
bad. It was really bad.
was-
I remember a lot of people in my life knew, like there was a dramatic shift in me as a person when that happened. What didn't help is that also like that happened at quite literally the same exact time that my post FCCLA depression kicked in. But it was like I had stage interventions from multiple people of like you need to stop, like you have to stop. So anyways, those are organized fun text conversations that we have.
Yeah, anyway, she brought that up randomly today in the middle of my class. I'm like,
I thought
and it was kind of relevant, which is funny, but you can't be pulling that. That
it was relevant. Infinitely more important things to worry about, like the fact that I'm concussed. Those type of things.
After you're concussed is very funny to me. I am no longer sorry. I do hope you get better. It is still very funny.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
So funny.
Okay, moving on to infinitely more important topics. The moral of the story being don't subtweet. If you do subtweet, at least be original. Like, please just be original with your subtweets. Good Lord. And if you do subtweet somebody and you think that it would meet my standards, please DM me because there's nothing more exciting than a good subtweet. Like, please send it to me and give me the tea. Like, if you subtweet someone, I want to know.
So fully invested. I want you to afford me all of them, actually.
So if you do subtweet according to the standards we've laid out here, please message it to us. We'd love to see it.
I have a question. So right now it's midnight for me, but it's 11:08 for you. So you don't have Wordle yet?
No.
You do Wordle?
Mm-hmm.
I do Wordle too. I forgot to do it yesterday, but now
I have a group chat with Aiden and Garrett where we send our Wordles every day and argue about them.
Oh, my family sends our Wordles every day, but then I also send it to one other person, but not to group chats. I send it twice every day.
Okay, moral of the story, subtweeting is stupid. If you're gonna do it right. If you do it, send it to us. Moving on to more important things. Morgan, your reset?
My what?
Your reset?
Okay, now this topic was meant to be discussed over a month ago. Maybe not over a month ago, when Corinne flew down and surprised me, which I actually don't know that we posted a lot about, but she did that and it was so good. However, wait, why is this however? Oh, because she told me we were filming when I got home or recording when I got home from school that day. And then she was actually just at my home, so we didn't record. We just hung out. And
so sorry, but I won't.
So we haven't recorded that discussion. So it's like very late. And I also don't have the document of the bullet points of what I must talk about. So you probably will get a diluted version, which is
that's
fine.
great because we have very limited time. We talked a lot. We talked a lot about our friendship break.
It's okay. Apparently we needed it. See, that's what I like about these unstructured ones is what we need to talk about is what we end up talking about. We needed that, okay? We needed it.
Did we? Or did you just need some closure after I reopened that wound today?
Don't even. Yes, I needed closure. God. Anyway. So my reset. So as you guys know, we did our first episode, I think, that was posted. That's impressive. Anyway, the first episode that I think we posted this calendar year was a one with all of our goals and like what we want to do this year. And I actually love resolutions so much. And I think that I like them because I actually don't perceive them, I think, how anyone else does, because I simply don't care when I start them because it's March and I still have not committed to them. But I do really want to start them. Like I really am starting to get in the process of getting myself prepared to actually do them and do them to their fullest. And I am glad that I haven't given up on any of them yet because it has been a long time. However, they are all still things that I've consistently kept in the back of my head as things that I really need to start doing. I have not forgotten about them and I have not felt like a failure for not doing them yet, which I think is a big problem with a lot of people. Anyway, so my reset, I need it so badly. I need to be at the point where I am ready to start these things because my life is going downhill kind of fast.
Oh my god.
And mind you, I was supposed to talk about this a month ago. Let's just think about how much has progressed since then. I still haven't started this.
As the one who gets the unfiltered conversations behind the podcast, a lot has happened.
Actually, and the stuff that I've told you is like literally the only positive part right now. Like it's so like that part is so extremely positive. I can't even articulate completely how good that part of my life is. However, I think it's because of that I'm getting very distracted and the rest of it's like drowning. It's worse because it was going in a downhill motion. Like school, motivation, those are kind of the only things I have right now. Corinne had a lot of extracurriculars. I have a small amount, but I do them a lot. And they were in that downward slope. Then this positive part of my life came and I wanted to fill up all of my time with this positive part. So that's exactly what I've been doing instead of fixing the negative part. And I know I'm being vague, but I'm going to keep doing it because I'm not sharing it.
They can pick up enough, I think.
Okay, good. Anyway, so things that need work on. Oh man, the list. Actually, this is why I needed a list on a document because I could not actually tell you how many things need help. One, my grades. They've slipped. They've stayed slipped. I need to get them back up. I really do. I do not know when this quarter ends. It's not spring break, is it? Is it?
That's when the quarter ends for my high school's county.
I don't think it.
I'll look it up. You keep talking.
Don't tell me while we're filming this. That'll really stress me out. I can't do that right now. You're gonna take their. Oh yeah. I got into UF.
Woo!
I was gonna tell the podcast that, but now it's been 2 weeks. So anyway.
Hey Morgan.
Yeah, 2 Fridays ago I got in. That's really cool.
Hey, Morgan.
Yeah.
Your quarter ends on Friday. I think we might be able to watch Morgan's destruction.
Oh wow, I need to take a woosah. I'm gonna block that out of my head for the next like 25 minutes until we're done with this episode. And then that'll be something I'll have to unpack. Moving on. My room's a mess.
Should I come over and help you clean?
Honestly, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, you should. Oh my god. I only have 2 classes. How does this happen?
No.
I only have 2 classes. Oh my god. I have a test tomorrow though.
I'm not gonna go.
Oh, I don't know, but it needs to go well because I need my grade up.
Is this going somewhere or are we done here?
No, that can be basically the end. I'll wrap it up. Anyway, I'm not listening anymore. Now I'm stressed. Damn. Anyway, but you know what? Hopefully soon it goes back up. Hopefully soon I reset and I am doing the things I wanted to do with this year. It's only March 9th. Well, for you it's March 8th. It's only March 9th. There's a lot of time for improvement, but before the end of the year. Also, the UF thing, I got into UF and everyone's like, oh, so you're going to UF? And if you asked me that like last year, I would have told you, yeah. Now I don't know. I don't know at all, actually. I feel like Rinn was supposed to go to UF. It was so set in stone. And then she went to Alabama. Who goes to Alabama? God.
I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire life.
I know, but the thing is, right now, like, assuming I get into USF as well, because that's the other best option. Like, it's in-state, it's good, it's great pre-med. They're both great pre-med. I'm literally not excited for either of them, and I want to be excited to go where I'm going. And that's a big problem. Anyway, that's the end of my talking.
Hopefully we'll have some more positive updates on both of our lives in the near
Can
future.
you say that in English?
Hopefully,
you were all over your mouth.
Hopefully we'll have some more positive updates on both of our lives in the near future.
I went to a military ball.
Oh yeah, tell them about that.
It was really long actually. It was 5 hours, which I like. How long is homecoming? Homecoming starts at what? 7, ends at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great time. And then you don't even get there until like 7:38. So yeah, no, that's actually what it should have been. But I understand why it wasn't, because there was dinner there and there was the ceremonial stuff. But like it was long, which was fine. But like the last like 45, 65 minutes, I just didn't want to be there really, which like I was fine. My date wanted to be there and that it was fine. But anyway, I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it's over though. I had a great time though. I looked hot. I could have looked tanner, but I didn't. I was pale.
I did tell her to fake tan.
No, you did not. Oh yeah. No, you said I'd look good with the tan, and I was actually planning on getting a spray tan, but I did not have the time, so I was like, no, I'll go in my nice natural pale skin. Anyway, I did look really hot. I am considering posting pictures, but I probably won't. But if they're there, my Instagram is Morgan Teal. So there you go.
She did look hot, so if the pictures are any resemblance of that, I think she should post them, but it's a personal opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite literally all that we have for you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't do my independence update. I'm doing great, honestly. A great side effect of being independent is homesickness. It's not good. It's not
You
fun.
did mention this at least at some point. I don't know.
It's not funky fresh.
People have been saying that recently. Is that becoming a new phrase? I don't want to use it.
Then don't.
It's I don't want it.
Okay, then deny it. Homesickness, not fun, but I am going home on Thursday, so that'll be fun. But it's going great, honestly. It has come with a need to make new friends, but I'm not in a rush to do that, like to get like another like bestie for the rusty. Like I'm very content where I am right now, like focusing on like building friendships and like my 50 million jobs, and like getting an apartment and a car is of utmost importance to me right now. Because I've kind of realized just like emotionally and internally, me having a car and an apartment is an essential part to the college experience that I want. So kind of until like that happens and I set myself up, I'm very comfortable being in this in between. And obviously, like I'd feel very differently if I didn't have Morgan and Aiden, but I have very much both of them, very much both of them. And like I'm very content with where I'm at in life, independence and like adult wise in general. There have been like a lot of like adult related problems recently, like making money, paying for school, stuff at home, medical stuff, and like it's overwhelming and a lot. She's getting therapy, thank God, and medicated, also thank God. But like, oh yeah, I'm being medicated for anxiety. It's not good, besties.
No, but it's good that you're getting the help you need.
No, it definitely is. And honestly, I'm very content with the direction my life is heading. Not necessarily exactly content with where I'm at this second, but like, yeah, but like what I've developed to do, like to get where I want to go, I'm very content with. So
yeah,
we'll update, but I'm personally seeming to be in a little bit better position than Morgan.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it's just that I'm finally grasping that being an adult is messy, but if you handle it like an adult, it really can only be so bad.
You know what? Make up the quote of the week. That's really good. I don't remember what you said, but it sounded so nice.
Being an adult is messy, but if you handle it like an adult, it can only be so bad.
Yeah, put that on her Instagram.
Okay.
I swear she posts the quotes of the week, and like because we typically pre-film at least like a little bit, so like I hadn't said those things very recently, and I hadn't heard those things from her mouth very recently, and I swear to God she makes them up. I have not remembered a single quote from any of the quotes she has posted, and I tell her, I'm like, you literally made this up. This wasn't said. And she goes, yeah, it was. Okay. Anyway, so if that one's on there, I'll recognize it. Say it again. Hold on. Let me remember it.
Being an adult is messy, but if you handle it like an adult, it can only be so bad.
There we go.
You're not gonna remember.
Maybe not. No, I totally will.
Okay, that is all we have for you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at UATR.podcast. You can also follow our Instagram or our personal pages from there. We post supposedly every Monday morning and then YouTube videos every Thursday, but that's not a schedule you can really stick to right now. We love you all so much. Thank you so much for listening, and adios. Bye, everybody.